Hi guys, welcome to this next module. So the A of facts. So we've done the F, the O, the D, the second F, which was fat is your friend, and now we're on to the A, which is accountability is key. Now, accountability is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. You know, when we think about transparency, imagine like that film with, who is it? Who's the guy that does the Liar Liar film? Jim Carrey. You know, imagine if you had to go through the day and you had to tell the truth. You had to tell the truth all the time. You weren't able to lie or embellish or water stuff down or whatever. You had full transparency, you know. And let's look at it another way. Imagine if you had to walk around naked. I bet you would sort your food out pretty quick, you know. And this is all part of accountability. It's a really sort of powerful part of the Foodfacts framework. It's about going from failing in secret to winning in public. This is what it's about. You know, we go from somebody who's like struggling because they're kind of hiding the truth and the reality to someone that's embracing the pressure and the support that accountability brings you in order, you know, towards your success. And you know, if you think about all the top sports people, they've all got coaches. You know, they've all got critiques, and feedback is the food of champions. You know, they've got to have a coach, and that coach, one of the biggest things is they hold them accountable. You know, when you're looking at sorting out your fitness, you can get yourself a personal trainer. That's how I cut my teeth as a personal trainer, holding people accountable for their results and for what they're doing. You know, watching every rep, looking at every calorie they're consuming, all this kind of stuff. And accountability is so powerful. What I want you to do, I want you to go from being shameful to being proud. Now, I'm pretty sure we've all been ashamed of things that we've done in the past, and especially food. You know, one of the things that I'm quite ashamed of is, you know, I have picked food out of the bin before. I remember knocking on my brother's door once, and when I was waiting for him to answer, I looked at the wheelie bin, and the wheelie bin lid was up a little bit, a load of pizza boxes, and I was like, you know, there's a bit of pizza there. And I was eating pizza when he answered the door because I was a fat bastard. You know, I just love food, and I'm quite ashamed of that now. And I'm pretty sure you've got stuff as well where you've been greedy. Paula talks about stuff all the time. You know, she holds her head in shame when she talks about some of the habits that she had and some of the things that she did. Some things that were, you know, really quite sad. You know, like getting bags and bags of binge food, eating it all in secret in a lay-by up the road and throwing it all up and ditching all the rubbish, you know, and she's kind of ashamed of that. Now she's incredibly proud of the way she's living and the way that she eats and how she's feeling and all that. I want you to go from hiding what you're doing now because of the shame and the guilt and all that kind of stuff to flaunting what you're doing because you're so proud of it. From avoiding accountability to embracing accountability. That's where we're looking at getting you from and to. And it's just a bit of a switch. It's a bit of a flick of a switch in your brain when you go, right, no more will I wear my loose banded joggers because my waistband's getting tight. Get your tight jeans on because that serves as a reminder to not overeat, you know, to eat less because your clothes are getting uncomfortable. Why go to joggers so that you feel comfortable? You need constant reminders. How many people have avoided public situations because, you know, of that knobhead uncle that always says too much? And Paula tells a story about when she started putting on weight, and for years and years she'd been pretty much anorexic, eating next to nothing, and then she started, you know, it flipped and she started binge eating and started putting weight on, and she went on a family do, and this uncle was like, bloody hell, Paula, what have you done? You used to be beautiful. And she stopped going to family do's and public, you know, and going out in public, and all right, you can't excuse the uncle for being horrible like that, but it's a little bit of accountability there, you know. Instead of going, oh, I'm going to go back into my shell and avoid everybody, I'm going to make it worse, I'm going to use it to bully myself. It's like, right, I'll fucking show you. I'm going to the next one. You know what? I'm going to be smaller. I'm going to have a better body image. I'm going to have a control of my eating. You'll always be a knobhead, you know. And it's about embracing this accountability. It's about doing your best when no one's looking. And if you can't do that, it's about making it so that people can see. So you're transparent. You're fully transparent about what you're doing. You know, keep a food diary, share it, share your meals in the group, and not just the good meals, which is from what we do on social media, but the shit meals. Because when we make mistakes like that and we kind of get things wrong, it causes us to look back at at what went wrong. What were the triggers? Where was I? Who was I with? You know, what food had I had before? Was I tired? What was my, you know, how was my day going? And we start to identify what the triggers are and what the situations, locations and associations we have and how they affect our eating and ultimately our happiness, you know, and this comes with accountability. What else have I got on my little screen? It's like, I'll give you a bit of an analogy of how powerful accountability is. Recently, I ran through the Amazon jungle. I did this big ultra marathon, 5 marathons, 170 mile through the Amazon, right? And at one point, it was on this track. There was no one about. I was on my own, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a little walk here. And you know, I had no reason to be walking. I needed to be running to keep going with the time and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But it was easy to walk. No one was watching. And I came around this corner. And all of a sudden there was this little wooden shack in the middle of the jungle, and there was a whole family of like this Peruvian tribe running around in like loincloths, kids with bow and arrows and, you know, all sorts of stuff, and they all started clapping. And then one of them started motioning like, run, 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 come on, come on, come on. And he was like, run, run, run in Peruvian or Spanish or whatever they speak. And I was like, for fuck's sake, I just wanted to walk, but it made me run. It made me run, and I went on, you know, and ultimately, if you know, I finished that race in 8th place, which was incredible compared to the field of runners that I was running in, the terrain. I was very, very ill and all this kind of stuff. And it's because there's little dotted bits of accountability, you know, around. You know, there were people chasing me, as in, you know, they were trying to catch me and beat me in the race. That's a little bit of accountability. You know, there was people watching me, tracking me from the sky on these GPS trackers and seeing how I was going. That's accountability. You know, there was people waiting for me to come back with my medal to prove that I'd done it. You know, there was accountability everywhere. And that race, the best way to describe that race is sadistic. It was horrible. Yet the accountability really, really helped. Knowing that people was watching and that I'd made this public declaration that I was going to run through the Amazon was one of the most powerful forces whilst I was out there. But I knew I had to do this because people would be laughing and questioning, you know, and really pointing fingers if I didn't do it for whatever reason. And we can get this in our everyday life, you know. When you go for a coffee, take somebody with you. Say to the guys behind the counter, don't let me buy up a donut, and if I do, you can kick me in the shin. You know, a little bit of fun, but you get the idea. Accountability is key. Look for it. Find a coach. If you want a coach, you want a trainer, speak to me. I'll get you a boot camp trainer. You know, did he coach you online or whatever? You know, but get some kind of accountability. Find an accountability partner. Post in the Facebook group and say, right, who wants to organise a little bit of an accountability group where every week, you know, we'll speak on Skype or whatever, and I'll tell you what I've done right, tell you what I've done wrong. We'll work out how we can move forward, and let's look after each other and get each other happy, healthy, and with long lives ahead of us, long, big, bright futures. Okay, so pretty short one, but really, really important. Anything I've missed off my ding, 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 ding? No, I think I'm good. All right, relatively short. Accountability. I don't know anybody that's made amazing progress and had amazing success without some kind of accountability, you know, because as human nature is that we are inherently lazy. Yeah, and we as human beings will always take the path of least resistance, and you know, the least resistance when it comes to like eating and stuff like that is do it in your own time, do it in private. No one's going to question it. No one's going to say, oh, what are you eating that for, and all this kind of stuff. And also think about how you react when people do say stuff like that. You know, like Paula at the minute, she's done this big flip and binging on absolute crap food to binging on like strawberries and full fat cream, which is okay in moderation. You know, it's great in moderation. When you do like 2 or 3 punnets a day, it's getting a bit much, and we joke about it. And often her reaction is, oh, leave me alone, I'm all right. You know, it's better than it used to be. Yeah, it is, but you know, this is only a little bit of accountability, and you know, I've only got your best interest at heart. So, you know, do the same to me. Pull me up when I'm eating crap or not avoiding training or whatever. You know what I mean? It's about accountability, not about bitching and questioning and judging. You know, it's a powerful force when we embrace it. So, how are you holding yourself accountability? Who's going to be your accountability partner? And I'd love to see little accountability groups getting set up in the Conquer Food community Facebook group. Okay, so until the next module, take care, guys.